Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. It's Brandon with Campbell Fitness, and as you can probably guess from the title above, this video is on what your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is. Now the reason I wanted to do this video is because recently I've been trying to put out more personal videos and more opinion pieces in order to drive conversation. Now that's not saying that we don't get great conversation on some of the other videos that we do, but what I've found recently, especially from the one on prisoners or the one recently on motivation, it tends to get a lot more conversation out of you guys, which is something that I really enjoy having. So hopefully with this video you'll be able to put in your 2 cents and let me know what your favorite Arnold movie is, and maybe we can go back and forth. Recently what I did is on my Facebook and Instagram page I put up a picture from one of his movies. I didn't say it was him specifically, although you could pretty much tell because he was in the picture. And I asked who guessed the movie, and I was really surprised at how many people not only responded with the correct movie, but also threw in their favorite quotes from that. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about his movies. Even though they're not all serious, and in fact most of them are funny when they don't really necessarily mean to be too funny, it's one of those things that a lot of people can go ahead and quote the movie from, and some of the lines are just so corny you can't help but laugh. So I'm going to talk about my favorite movie. I actually have a couple of them right here. There's a ton of them out there that I like, but these are 3 of the ones that I grabbed right off the bat just because I saw them laying around. The first of which is not actually really a movie per se, as it is so much a documentary, and that is Pumping Iron. So if you haven't seen this documentary, it's a great thing to watch. It also is a lot of motivation in here watching these guys train. Another one that's a really must-have for me is Running Man. If you guys haven't seen this, I very highly suggest you check it out. Now I have a lot of other movies as well, ranging from Predator to Terminator, Terminator 2. You know, you might see some other ones out there like Jingle All the Way. You might see things like True Lies, Last Action Hero, Hercules. There's a ton of movies out there that Arnold's in. So I really hope you go ahead and respond with your own. Now my personal favorite is going to be Commando, and this is the movie that I posted the other day that I mentioned earlier in the video, and to me this is the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's my favorite. There's a ton of great lines, there's a ton of great characters, not to mention the main bad guy in this, Bennett, kind of looks like a jacked up Freddie Mercury, and there's a young Alyssa Milano in here as well. There's a video shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger feeding a deer and carrying logs over his shoulders. So you really can't go wrong with this movie in my opinion. Again, great one-liners in this, and it's a really highly recommended movie if you haven't seen it already. In fact, it's nice these days because most of his movies are older. You can get them online for very cheap. So for example, this one, the Blu-ray version, I think I picked up on Amazon for something like $6 or so. And an interesting thing about this movie, in case you didn't know, they were going to initially make a sequel to it, or at least they started to write it, and they base it off of a novel. Now with this, however, though, Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't want to do any sequels at the time. He had just come off doing Conan, the sequel, and it didn't really go over well, so he didn't want to jump into this because he's worried about box office results. So instead, what they did is they took the movie that they were going to make this as a sequel, and they wrote it for another actor, Bruce Willis, and that movie ended up being Die Hard. So that's pretty interesting. So you could have had Commando 2, which would have been Arnold Schwarzenegger in Die Hard. And obviously that series generated a lot of other great movies with that actor, Bruce Willis. So as far as I'm concerned, Commando to me is my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. You know, if you guys like this movie too, let me know what some of your favorite quotes are. If you don't like this movie, let me know some of your favorite Arnold movies that you like to watch. As always, everybody, appreciate you watching, and stay big.